guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go ahead and do the pros and cons of working at Subway. I was there for quite a good amount of my life, so I'm going to just go ahead and share them. First con that I do have to say, we are starting this video out with this because it's the biggest thing to think of if you are going to work at Subway. You make minimum wage at this job. This depends on where you're at and your specific Subway. I've worked at 3 different ones owned by 3 different people, and they all made different amounts. So one I was making $8 or $8.25, the other one I made $8.50, and the last one I made $9 an hour. So it really depends on which Subway you go to on how much you will get paid. So a pro that everybody likes is that you do get a free sandwich or like salad. You get a free 6-inch or a salad because it's the same portions while you're on shift, and you can also take it home with you if you like. So another con that kind of goes with the first one is that it's harder to move up in positions at Subway. This does depend on the Subway though, because other people have told me they moved up like that. There aren't a lot of like manager positions like other jobs are. With less people, sometimes they don't do that. They just say you're both in charge, you both gotta work together kind of thing. So there's not big opportunities to move up and to make more money. So pro that I have to say for this job is if you're in high school, this is a really easy job. There's not a lot to do, it's not always busy, and it's a good start to get into working, in my opinion, because you don't really have to work that many hours. When I worked at Subway and I was in high school, I had very short shifts. So this next con is kind of specifically to where I worked, but I have heard that other people have this problem. If you get hired in and they have you mainly closing, it's really hard to move to like opening shift, because normally what they do is they hire certain people and it takes a while to have them go out. I remember the only reason I would get opening shifts is because the college students were away. They needed people to open, but once they came back, I was sent right back to closing shifts, and that kind of sucked because there are times where you want to go out at night and you're stuck closing because they don't give you any other shift. So that can range, of course, depending on the Subway. I feel like this one goes with the other one, but it's such an easy job that anybody can really learn how to work there. There's really not that much to do. It's slow most of the time, and the biggest thing is just learning the formulas. If you want an easy job on the side, if you have another job, something, Subway's really easy to learn. The biggest thing is learning bread count, in my opinion, and like bread pull. If you're a person you don't want a hard-working job, you got Subway. It's there for you. The biggest thing with me working there, if you want more hours, you're gonna have longer shifts. I'm counting this as a con because when I was working at Subway, I didn't want these shifts, so I would close. It would be 2 to 10, which was the closing shift, because I was the main one that got stuck with these shifts, and they were just long and it was slow, and it just sucked. It really sucks when it's slow and you're there forever. One pro that I do have to say, this is kind of just preference, but you are allowed to wear jeans. Now, everyone's gonna might come at me for this. I really like when jobs aren't like you have to look professional, because I'm behind a big ass Bane all day. You're not gonna see what I'm wearing, but I like jeans over like khakis and stuff. It's definitely an advantage that you can wear jeans and they don't care what shoes you wear. They don't care how your hair is put up as long as it's put up. One of the Subways that I worked at actually had different options for headgear. One had like a bandana thing, and then you could also wear the visor. It's nice. I count it as a pro. So this next con is something that I hear from a lot of people when they try to work at Subway, is that the training isn't always the greatest. And the only thing I have to say with this is there's not a lot to train, so it's weird how you train people. Normally what I do is I just put them in front of the meats, because the meats is the hardest section to learn for a lot of people that start up, and I just have them do it over and over again. There was a time where I was the one training. There are some Subways that aren't good about training. So these next few comments are kind of like in its own category, because depending on who you are, it's a pro or con. So the first one is that you close sometimes on your own. It's becoming more common at Subways to have one person close. You close at 10, someone would be there until 8, and they would help you through the dinner rush, and then you would close the store. It's really not that hard. There's not a lot that goes to it, and with that other person there, they do a lot of the closing before they leave, so you don't have a lot left. The other one that I mentioned that everybody mentions when you're working at Subway is you work with generally only one other person, unless it's like lunch rush. This, depending on how well you get along with people, especially coworkers, could be a pro or con. To go along with that, there aren't that many people that get employed at a time. I think the most I had at one point was 8 workers, including myself into that. So again, that's a pro and con. If you don't get along with people, that's probably a con, because you're gonna be stuck with them most of the time. And that kind of goes along with the same shifts. You're gonna be stuck with the same people. Alrighty guys, so that's all that I have. It has been a while since I've worked at Subway, so it's a little off. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.